Brought to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Good evening and welcome to News Tonight on UBC TV. Let's start with a look at the top stories we have for you tonight.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
President Yoweri Museveni unveils revolutionary all-terrain vehicle prototype. President Museveni fulfills 2.4 billion pledge to the Chan national team. Minister Namuganza rejects Bukono poll verdicts, awaits party chairman's guidance. While UNATU announces industrial action over salary disparities.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Micheal Lukomwa. Dorothy Namuyomba joins in for sign language interpretation. President Yoweri Museveni, in a first story, yesterday unveiled Uganda's Muliro Moto Ita prototype all-terrain firefighting vehicle to a diplomatic delegation from the embassies of the United States of America, the European Union, and Russia at State House in Entebbe. The Muliro Moto Ita is a revolutionary all-terrain solution designed to access challenging terrains where traditional fire engines cannot. Drawing from his experience and military background, as well as observing wildfires televised worldwide, President Museveni explained that he developed an innovative idea for designing an armored firefighting tank. This advancement aims not only to tackle bushfires across Uganda's diverse landscapes, but also as a philanthropist to extend help to other countries notably affected by wildfires. He further noted that aerial firefighting methods to combat wildfire are often ineffective because the planes release only small amounts of water, which is insufficient to control large-scale incidents. In 2023, President Museveni met with representatives from Micheal Industries to propose his innovative solution. Sharing his wealth of invaluable knowledge blended with indigenous expertise, he said that a fighter he acquired a lot of knowledge, and so he combined his indigenous knowledge and fighting skills to design an armored prototype firefighting vehicle. During a presentation, Jan Petrus Stein from Micheal Industries shared that in collaboration with Specialized Concept, they accepted the challenge to design and develop this groundbreaking vehicle and subsequently built a prototype based on President Museveni's concept. In December 2024, a delegation sent by the president visited their factory to review the prototype, and a locust spray prevention system was added to the unit. The prototype possesses all-terrain capability, allowing it to operate on terrains inaccessible to standard fire trucks or vehicles with a high speed of up to 60 kilometers per hour. It is equipped with rubber tracks suitable for both rugged terrain and normal roads, providing superior mobility that enables it to climb hills, navigate obstacles, and cross ditches. The inspection by the National Enterprise Corporation, NEC, and the Ministry of Transport verified the vehicle, which Micheal Industries and Specialized Concept designed and manufactured at their own cost. During the unveiling of this new vehicle, President Museveni stated it marks a major step toward Uganda's efforts to enhance its emergency services, providing a technologically advanced tool for tackling fires and other hazards, as well as promoting business and philanthropy to the outside world. The presentation ceremony was also attended by the Ugandan team, including Engineer Timothy Tibesigwa, Commissioner of Mechanical Engineering Services at the Ministry of Works and Transport, Engineer Jacob Lumonya, Assistant Commissioner in charge of equipment, and Engineer Norbert Ugwal. The Maka Industries team from South Africa included Jan Petrus Stein, Sheila Nayebare, and Dick Muhwezi. Now, history has been made in Nakawa, Kampala, as President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni officially commissioned the Aga Khan University and broke ground for a state-of-the-art teaching hospital. This ushers in a new era for education and healthcare in Uganda, for a milestone seen as remedy to medical tourism outside their country. President Yoweri Museveni said that private sector is the way to go in terms of economic development, a fact he says resonates well with this new establishment.
And it is the hospital's fourth outreach facility in the country.
The dignitaries in attendance were from across the globe. His Highness the Aga Khan and Princess Zahara Aga Khan were some of them. The president, who had arrived earlier, hailed the moment as a triumph of public-private partnership.
Everybody is now clear that private sector is the correct way of building an economy. The government can come in here and there, but the main effort should be by the private sector.
To ensure Uganda sees more of such establishments, Museveni implored investors to report individuals hampering development through corruption.
So therefore now, the investment climate in Uganda is good. There's some corruption, be careful there. And the weakness is that the investors don't report these corrupt people. I normally find out myself later on. So the investors, please, expose these corrupt people, the ones who want money from you. The ones who want shares in companies for which they don't have any contribution, expose them.
The First Lady, Janet Museveni, echoed the call for unity and collaboration.
Our constant prayer is that God continues to strengthen our hands and those of our partners who choose to hold hands with us in Uganda. We are very grateful for the partnership we witnessed today between the NRM government and the Aga Khan Development Network.
She emphasized that progress often demands collective effort.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 states, in quotes, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their toil. There is also a saying that if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. This partnership, therefore, is yet another milestone in promoting quality education in the area of health care, and I'm happy that our Minister of Health is right here with us also.
In a moment of high honor, President Museveni awarded His Highness the Aga Khan and his wife with the Presidential Medal of Merit. This was in recognition of decades of visionary leadership and investment in East Africa.
Our architects, like Loretta, also deserve recognition and our gratitude. The buildings we are inaugurating reveal the power of design to support and to inspire the quest for knowledge. They also reflect the AKDN's commitment to addressing climate change. Designed to meet international energy efficiency standards and to be powered by significant solar photovoltaic capacity, they will contribute to our efforts to achieve net zero emissions.
We are also working with our brothers in Africa on the issue of market integration, because you cannot have economy or production without market. Where do you sell your products? For a long time, we have been struggling with the issue of market integration, and we are really moving. There are still some problems, but they will be overcome, because logic is on the side of rationalization.
The upcoming Aga Khan University Hospital, whose grounds the president has broken, is a 101-bed facility set to open in 2027. It promises to revolutionize specialist care in Uganda, reducing the need for medical travel abroad.
This moment is an opportunity and a clear endorsement of your good leadership, exemplary leadership, that can attract institutions of this nature to come and invest in a country which was once considered one you can't visit, but now everyone is running to.
It is my conviction that the creation of this campus will prove to be a significant milestone in the history of higher education and health here in Uganda.
The campus is seen as a living testament to shared vision and a place where knowledge meets compassion and innovation meets impact. Henry Okrut, UBC.
President Yoweri Museveni and First Lady Janet Museveni hosted the Uganda Cranes Chant team to a sumptuous dinner, during which the president confirmed fulfillment of his pledge to the team.
Less than a fortnight after successful hosting of the 2024 Championship of African Nations, President Yoweri Museveni has hosted the Uganda Cranes to a dinner at State House in Entebbe. The President used the occasion to confirm delivery of his pledge of 1.2 billion shillings to the team for every win, which equates to around 60 million shillings from the 2 victories for each player.
So I said, I promise that every time you win, I will give the 40, something like 30 million each, which will be 1.2 billion. Now, did you win it 2 times or 3 times?
2 times.
2 times?
Yes.
So I have already put the money on your account, the account of my staff. Come and tell them, where have you put the money? Irene.
Your Excellency, the money is on their accounts.
Which is the
by
account?
This morning, the individual accounts
of the
footballers.
Oh.
That's what FUFA guided, Your Excellency.
Very good.
The celebration was mainly about the team's first ever progression from the group stage of this Championship of African Nations, at which the Cranes have played 7 times. He talked advantages of proper nutrition to sports personalities and advised the Ministry of Health to educate and sensitize the public.
The Ministry of Health needs to educate all our families through radio, talk shows, and other methods of communication about nutrition. That's where you should start, nutrition. Our people, children and young people and adults need to eat nutritious foods. These foods are there, but the people don't know. They just eat. That is one side. So health, including nutrition, is the starting point for sports.
The President addressed the role of education to athletes that he advised to stay at least up to higher education and can be enrolled into the forces. He warned schools without sports field to address the issue or else risk dire penalties.
Go into the school and stay there until at least A level. Now, if we achieve this strategic, this I regard.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Agriculture is Uganda's economic backbone, employing about 70% of the working population and contributing 20% of the GDP. As the world becomes a digital global village, ICT has proven to increase productivity in the agricultural value chain. UCUSAF, through its Strategic Plan 3, recognizes the importance of access and usage of ICT-based tools, information and knowledge for farmers by providing them the needed skills to live, learn, work and participate in a digital society.
We came up with a project which we took to UCSAF, and we're happy that UCSAF supported it. That project is called ICT for Farmers. What did we get from ICT for Farmers? We managed to skill up to 100,000 farmers.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nevi yakabibiona. Wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nevi yakabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Successful hosting of the 20
problem that came up, but we'll now take you back to the program, to the story where His Excellency the President hosted the Uganda Cranes chant team to a dinner at State House in Entebbe. Let us have it again.
Less than a fortnight after successful hosting of the 2024 Championship of African Nations, President Yoweri Museveni has hosted the Uganda Cranes to a dinner at State House in Entebbe. The President used the occasion to confirm the delivery of his pledge of 1.2 billion shillings to the team for every win, which equates to around 60 million shillings from the 2 victories for each player.
So I said, I promise that every time you win, I will give the 40, something like 30 million each, which will be 1.2 billion. Now, did you win 2 times or 3 times?
2 times.
2 times?
Yes.
So I have already put the money on your account, the account of my staff. Come and tell them, where have you put the money? Irene,
Your Excellency, the money is on their account.
Which is the account?
This morning, the individual accounts
of
the footballers.
Oh.
That's what FUFA guided, Your Excellency.
Very good.
The celebration was mainly about the team's first ever progression from the group stage of this Championship of African Nations, at which the Cranes have played 7 times. He talked advantages of proper nutrition to sports personalities and advised the Ministry of Health to educate and sensitize the public.
The Ministry of Health needs to educate all our families through radio talk shows and other methods of communication about nutrition. That's where you should start, nutrition. Our people, children and young people and adults need to eat nutritious foods. These foods are there, but the people don't know. They just eat. That is one side. So health, including nutrition, is the starting point for sports.
The President addressed the role of education to athletes, that he advised to stay at least up to higher education and can be enrolled into the forces. He warned schools without sports field to address the issue, or else risk dire penalties.
Go into the school and stay there until at least A level. Now, if we achieve this strategic, this I regard as strategic, then we come in now with the other organizational side. We could require, by policy, not necessarily by budget, require everybody who is running a school, whether government or private, to make sure that you have got a football, a sports field, sports pitch. As part of licensing, not money, just policy.
The President shared his experience during the championship, including moments that called for his technical advice that many acknowledge steered the team.
So I think here you need to solve the issue of organization and tactics. That Algeria, I don't know what you are feeling about Algeria. You just left them alone. There was no danger to their side. The one I watched, there was no danger to their side. Yes, I saw that.
The First Lady applauded all stakeholders led by the President that enabled hosting of the Championship of African Nations that yielded dividends. She promises not to rest on her laurels as Uganda eyes a successful co-hosting of the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations.
What we attained in Chan 2024 is now history. Therefore, we cannot let that history become a source of complacency. There is room for us to improve in all ways in our preparations as a local organizing committee and the national football team to ensure that we do even better in AFCON 2027. AFCON 2027 is that prize and goal we must aim for by doing well in the tournament, given that we are co-hosts again.
The First Lady also appreciated the state of Mandela National Stadium Nambole and called for proper maintenance. Federation of Uganda Football Association's President Engineer Moses Magogo rallied government for support towards clubs that can provide better quality to spur Uganda to glory.
Like already observed and earlier mentioned, Mama and Your Excellency, a football player is developed at the football club, is not developed at the national team. At the level of national team is combining the best of the best and be able to get those that can represent us.
The dinner was attended by a high-level delegation including ministers, federation presidents, officials of governmental entities, and Buganda royalty.
Vice President Jessica Alupo has commissioned the construction of a modern operating theatre at Katakwi General Hospital with a call to the community to prioritize good health care in order to prevent the contraction of diseases that may affect their well-being. According to Alupo, self-health care is a critical component in the fight against diseases. She also directed health workers to sensitize the community on common diseases and how they can be managed before seeking medical attention.
The Vice President of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, officiated the groundbreaking ceremony for the long-awaited facility. Speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony at Katakwi General Hospital, Major Alupo underscored the importance of self-care among the locals before seeking formal health services.
Because of these facilities, attractive as they are, effective as they will be, with the medical teams trained as they may be, it is not very good to just fall sick that there is a facility, let me fall sick. People should continue to be sensitized that it is very important to be safe from disease.
The construction work has been entrusted to the UPDF Engineering Brigade at a cost of over 900 million Uganda shillings. Captain Noah Opio, the Eastern Region Project Manager for UPDF, assured the gathering of quality and timely completion of the work.
There is no reason for delays. We are going to do this work and up to completion. We anticipate that between 6 to 12 months, the project will be handed over. Our team is dedicating ensuring that the project is completed with a high standard of quality, safety, efficiency, and reflecting our commitment to serving our community and nation.
The UPDF also pledged to recruit local community members to work at the site during the construction. However, the Vice President Major Alupo cautioned the selected community members to prioritize discipline while working on the project.
Those who will come and work here, discipline. Don't start blaming the UPDF chiefs. The first thing which I want you to have, if you are coming to work with them as technicians, is discipline. When it's time to work, please work. When it's time to rest, please rest. If equipment and materials for construction are at your disposal, do not divert any.
The hospital management, through the medical superintendent, Dr. Joseph Emron, lauded the government for its continued efforts to improve health services at the facility and requested the retooling of staff to enhance service delivery.
We would request for some scholarships for the staffs to go and upgrade, more skilling and then more staffing for our district would ensure that we actually maintain this infrastructure.
Algeria will extend a grant of $13.7 million to Uganda through the Ministry of Health to do the following in Katakwi District Hospital. One, the outpatients department with the emergency unit plus the operating theater attached.
The construction of a modern operating theatre brings hope for improved health services across the district. Benon Mukwaya, Muhammad Yiga, UBC News.
Prime Minister Robin Anabanja has tasked ministries, departments and agencies, among other stakeholders, to realign their priorities to inform the implementation of the 10-fold growth strategy to grow the economy from $61.3 to $500 billion by 2024. By 2040, I beg your pardon. This was highlighted at the National Budget Conference Financial Year 26-27 that kick-starts the consultative process for preparation of the financial year 2026-27 national budget.
The financial year 2026-2027 is the second year of implementation of the 10-fold growth strategy, well enshrined in the National Development Plan 4.
Uganda is fast becoming a land of inexhaustible opportunities. We must create out of these opportunities the future we desire and deserve. And should I say, we have the capabilities to make this happen.
Prime Minister Robin Anabanja revealed that next year's budget policies will speak to the realignment of government priorities in various ministries, departments and agencies, and priority areas of the strategy.
It is subversive for any leader to neglect investment in key sectors of energy, the railway, water transport, roads. On that note, therefore, the budget strategy aims at deepening the implementation of the stable foundation for sectors such as agro-industrialization, tourism, mineral-based industrial development, science, technology and innovation, including ICT and creative arts industry, and the enablers.
In the financial year 2024-2025, Uganda's GDP grew at 6.3%, and the strategic policy direction for financial year 2026-2027, guided by the aspiration to grow the economy tenfold, starts by doubling GDP every 5 years.
And at least 8% per year on average in the next 5 years. At the onset of a commercial production of oil and gas in 2026, the economy is projected to register double-digit growth rates.
This requires changing the way government works and doing things differently, including
we need to boost our domestic revenue mobilization to achieve our targets and minimize borrowing.
We need to build a culture of integrity by setting standards and strict enforcement. It requires taking the errant to task, regardless of rank or status.
Next, therefore, is the issuance of the first budget called circular to give a detailed guidance to all programs and MDAs to start preparation of the financial year 2026-2027 budget framework paper. Cayenne Faith, Stephen Kalicia for ABC.
The aftermath of the Bukono County repeat NRM primaries has sparked controversy, with State Minister and incumbent MP Persis Namuganza Princess, rejecting the outcome. Despite her insistence on winning, the NRM Electoral Commission declared her opponent, Emmanuel Maganda, victor, a declaration she says was not only flawed, but also delivered in a demeaning manner. Namuganza, who now waits the president's guidance on her next move, accuses NRM Electoral Commission officials of bias during the entire exercise, which she says disadvantaged her in favor of the opponent.
This exercise was meant to settle disputes from a tribunal ruling that called for a rerun in Kibale Sub-County and Kibale Town Council. But what unfolded, Persis Namganza says, was a sham exercise marred by violence and manipulation.
The commissioners whom Tango Doi sent, who were receiving instructions from time to time from Tanga, because they were in the same room, we were there near them. All the time they were like, yes, doctor, what are you saying? They tarried results of that day, that's Kibale Town Council and Kibale Sub-County. And it took us time even to reach a conclusion, just 2 sub-counties like this.
The tribunal, constituted by President Museveni, had directed that results from the rerun be added to those from 5 other sub-counties to determine the true winner.
The tribunal ruled that these places, these 5 sub-counties, no repetition. But each of us have our diaphones. Let's tarry, parish per parish like we have done these ones, and then you see who matches out with the highest number of votes. We really pleaded. We pleaded. Like we are pleading for what? They refused.
Namganza insists that her tally sheets and signed forms showed a comfortable lead only to be ignored.
We are taking this result back to tribunal. When we take the result, listen. We are taking the result there. Then it is from there that you will get your result.
To her shock, it is instead the NRM Electoral Commission chairperson, Dr. Tanga Odoi, who announced her opponent's purported victory. This he did before the press in Kampala in a manner seen to be insulting and biased.
Maganda Emmanuel Katoko, who had won, still won with 20,512, defeating Namuganza Persis hands down.
I see that there can never be justice because he wanted to prove his case. As you have seen, the way he announced his results, elections took place in Amutumba. He's calling the press to announce results as if the press, they are the ones who contested in a manner which is so demeaning, and emotional to show how much he hates a person of Namuganza.
Namuganza accuses Odoi of manipulating results, sidelining sober commissioners, and turning the NRM Secretariat into a family affair. She warns that such practices risk demoralizing the party base in the country.
NRM Secretariat has become for parents, their children, in-laws, relatives, and friends. I mean, it ceases to be a comprehensive party that must accommodate people from different corners of the country.
But she says her next course of action will not be taken alone.
I will consult my people who are in depression, and there are many, but most importantly, I will consult Mzee, who is the chairman of the party, and he will give me guidance. That's why I've made for him a comprehensive report narrating to what transpired, so that he can look at the issues himself and sees whether I lost genuinely or not.
For now, Bukono constituency remains divided, its NRM supporters demoralized, and one of the party's most outspoken women leaders disappointed. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Minister for Presidency Millie Babalanda has warned resident district commissioners and city commissioners against turning into political assistants for local politicians. She says their mandate is to represent the president, monitor government programs, and ensure accountability.
Closing a 3-day training for RDCs, RCCs and intelligence officers from the Bunyoro sub-region in Hoima, Minister Babalanda expressed concern that some commissioners have abandoned their roles. She said she has received calls from politicians resisting transfers of commissioners, something she condemned as unacceptable.
The purpose of this workshop was to re-echo the fundamental role you play in serving the interests of His Excellency, the President, in your respective areas of responsibilities and supporting seamless implementation. The
minister further directed the commissioners to identify challenges in their districts and report them to the Center for Action. Former Lands Minister Daudi Megereko, who also addressed the workshop, called for teamwork and reconciliation committees to resolve conflicts. He said engaging religious, cultural and opinion leaders will be key in mobilizing support for the government.
So it will help us if you can call upon the leaders of NRM in your districts to do their work. Because once they do your work is also done.
Major Martha Simwe, the head of the RDC Secretariat, said the training has equipped commissioners with the skills to deliver results for President Museveni and the NRM in the coming elections.
Thank you so much for giving us the resources to engage these people.
Some of the participants, including Chikube RDC Godwin Angalia and Hoima City West RCC Robert Kanusu, say they are energized and ready to mobilize for President Museveni and the National Resistance Movement flag bearers.
We give people security, we guide them in having their exercise peacefully, such that the elections go well.
Nals Wawini, UBC News.
Leaders in Machindi Sabagabo have finalized preparations to welcome Prime Minister Robin Nabbanja, who is scheduled to visit the area tomorrow. Philip Muduni, the NRM flag bearer for Machindi Sabagabo parliamentary seat, led the preparations, expressing hope that thousands of people will attend and be well received. This comes after the Prime Minister announced her visit to the constituency to inspect ongoing projects and engage with the community. Preparations are now complete and the event is expected to draw a large crowd.
This meeting was purposely to strategize and mobilize people of Machindi Sabagabo on this Friday, where we are going to have a rally, we are going to have a meeting, and our guest of honor is Prime Minister Robin Nabbanja, who has been sent by the head of state to come and mobilize voters in Machindi Sabagabo. Gravity Mutuju, all they are going to be entertaining people. The whole day we are going to be at Lufuka playground. I appeal to Machindi Sabagabo people, voters, NRM members, and all voters in Machindi Sabagabo. Please let us surrender that day and come, welcome our Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabbanja. This has been an opportunity for us Machindi Sabagabo.
NRM youth leaders across the country have launched a vote hunting campaign dubbed Youth for Museveni Movement ahead of the 2026 elections. The campaign, led by former female youth contestant Fiona Naku, aims at securing 13 million votes for the party chairman, President Yoweri Museveni.
NRM youth leaders from all districts, clad in yellow, thronged Kati Kati restaurant in Kampala as they launched their vote hunting campaign ahead of the 2026 general elections.
The youth power! 7 June! 7 June!
The campaign, spearheaded by former female youth contestant Fiona Naku, aims to mobilize 13 million votes in favor of President Yoweri Museveni.
For President Museveni.
Uganda's youth form the majority of our population with 71% of our party membership. And as such, they represent the greatest force for sustaining peace, security, and development. Our movement recognizes this strength and seeks to channel it to the patriotism, youth financial inclusion, unity, mobilization, and the shared prosperity for all.
She emphasized that the mobilization should be led by the youth in their respective districts.
We are starting this journey with 151 NRM districts, which will lead the efforts in the respective districts, sub-regions, and ensuring that the voice of the youth is heard, respected, and translated into action for shared prosperity. This is not just a political movement, it is a call to action for the young people. A call of every young person in Uganda to stand tall, embrace patriotism, and contribute to building a stronger and a more prosperous Uganda under the continued stewardship of the President Yoweri Museveni.
The NRM youth chairperson for Namisindwa district, Nimrod Kakai, stated that youth leaders will first be equipped with ideological and mobilization skills to carry out the campaign effectively.
How are we going to realize this dream? We believe that these leaders have been voted right from the village, parish, sub-county, up to district level and regional level. These are very grounded leaders who know the issues of their areas. What we're going to run as this umbrella is to further them in training on ideological clarity, on mobilization capacity, but also on negotiation.
The youth, however, raised concerns about the lack of transport to support their vote hunting efforts by their fears were allayed. Joan Murungi, Philip Aguta for UBC News.
The Director NRM Mobilization, Rose Seninde, has met with campaign managers from across Uganda in a call for unity, discipline and strategy ahead of President Museveni's official nomination. Held at the NRM Secretariat headquarters in Chadondo, the National Mobilization meeting brought together pressure group leaders, regional coordinators and members of the NRM Secretariat to align grassroots strategy with the party's national agenda.
Seninde commended the efforts of mobilizers who have been working voluntarily without funding, using their own resources.
We can be stronger. We have an opportunity right now, colleagues, you will agree with me, that opposition now has its own challenges. Now their challenges is our opportunity. If we don't use that opportunity now, then we are also doomed.
NRM's Director for Mobilization, Honorable Dr. Rosemary Nasuga Seninde, outlined for central objectives for the mobilization drive.
We want to get out of this place with one plan to go and vote and campaign for the president as a team. Because you will agree with me, friends, if you go to a playground, a play field, a football pitch, our objective as a team is to put the ball into the net. And I believe it is the objective of each of you, unless otherwise. But when you are playing different numbers, and you are a kind of player who has not been coordinated, you are not coordinated, you end up giving the ball to the opposition.
She warned against disorganization and fraudulent activities, including groups collecting money from citizens under false promises of access to the president.
The major objective, we have come here as mobilizers to agree to strengthen this collaboration, and we will move as a team so that we don't demobilize. We think we are mobilizing Kumbe to demobilizing.
The NRM National Treasurer Barbara Nekesa Oundo called for socio-economic transformation.
So the aspect of waking our people up to embrace government programs is very, very important. Embrace those government programs that are geared towards poverty eradication. Okukunga kwaffe, the president has always advised us, we must draw lines. We must get distinctions between okuwagira oye n'okubuulira abantu ebinakyusa embeera yaabwe eya bulijjo.
The mobilizers pledged to rally behind the president, focusing their efforts based on regional dynamics, group niches such as market vendors, and synchronized messaging aligned to NRM's development goals.
There are people who live in London and they are deceived that Museveni's government is collapsing tomorrow. And they believe it. They are told that there are some armies in Indian Ocean coming to attack Uganda, and they believe it. So such people, in our opinion and research, is that they will want to stage demonstrations in London, in America, in Canada. So for that reason, we are also prepared to go and share our views.
Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Now, the 30th Toro Kingdom Empango for King Oyo Nyimba Kabamba Iguru IV in Fort Portal City have kicked off with cultural rituals at Karuzika Palace in Fort Portal Tourism City.
The Empango rituals are cultural practices that precede the main coronation ceremony event for all the king's subjects, slated for tomorrow, 12th September. Culturally, these rituals are performed by the king himself, with a few selected clan members, especially the Vasita clan, culturally known as Abajaguzi. Rituals include presentation of royal regalia. War drums and spears of the past kings are presented to the reigning king to bless them. These are later taken to the cultural place known as Akaswa, as subjects pray for blessings from the ancestors. These pray for fertility, wealth, production, prosperity, among others.
Kiro kyokutoma empango Akaswa abantu bona babaga hanu bengi muno lero muno ekiro kyokujwaza ekondo kyali kiro kikuru muno mu bukama bwatora bukuba ensi yahumuraga busayo kukora holiday abo abantu batora bano baruga kyaka bano baruga butuku bano baruga busongora bano baruga kasesi bona twabaga hano ati ebintu ebyasisikaire batandika kutuwa mu district hatwayahukana.
Other rituals include royal milking by the king, a makondere dance, which is the royal dance where the king's subjects dance until late. The 30th coronation celebration is slated for tomorrow, and the president of Uganda is expected as the chief guest.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. On return, we have more. Please keep it with us.
Set to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
Every waking day is a reminder just how beautiful this, our land, truly is. The kind of beauty that you can only find here, in the lush green all around us and the wondrous sights within. It's in sweet aroma of our cooking to the taste of food that takes you on a journey. In the sound of homecoming and the sound of Mother Earth. In the magnificence we find on our travels and the exciting moments we experience. Ours is the kind of beauty that comes in all things big and small. All we have to do is awaken our senses and truly enjoy what's uniquely ours. Explore Uganda, the pearl of Africa.
Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Check under the cup. SMS the code. Wangure virabo. Tulagamani. Karukasita wabuza.
Masaba maji. Masaba maji.
Bikole Masavu ne Premier Distilleries. Simply buy Coffee Spirit or Simba Gin. Check under the cap, send the code to 6688 and stand a chance to win border borders, tuk-tuks, cash, airtime, flat screens, mobile phones and a grand prize of 50 million Uganda shillings. This promotion is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
For 40 years, your trust has been our most valuable investment.
We have turned your savings into investments, delivering returns that grow with you.
We are driven by innovation, defined by convenience. So wherever life takes you, your fund is right there.
Mommy, look. Because we are in the business of changing lives today and shaping tomorrow.
Join us for the 13th annual members meeting.
Happening 22nd September 2025, starting at 9 a.m. live on TV and online to discover a steadfast performance guided by accountability and built on transparency. Visit www.nssfug.org/AMM 2025 to register your attendance. NSSF, a better life.
Welcome back from the break and thank you so much for watching. Uganda National Teachers Union UNATU has announced their planned industrial action over what they termed as government inaction in addressing salary disparities for 3 years now. According to UNATU General Secretary Philbert Baguma, their action has been fueled by continued neglect of their demands even after several engagements.
On Monday 15th, learners across the country will resume studies for Term 3. In the same vein, Uganda National Teachers Union UNATU has announced the resumption of their industry action over the government's silence on salary disparities.
Uganda National Teachers Union has resolved to resume industrial action effective 15th September 2025, which is the official opening date for third term.
According to UNATU, there have been repeated engagements with several stakeholders, including written requests of meetings with the Office of the President, the Office of the Head of Public Services and formal communications to the Ministry of Public Service, Education and the other line ministries. Similarly, UNATU petitioned the Equal Opportunities Commission, but to no feedback, compelling their action.
The decision follows government's continued silence on UNATU's demand for salary enhancement for all categories of teachers in the primary and post-primary schools and education institutions who were left out during the financial year 2022-2023 increments. And also petition Equal Opportunities Commission, and to date, no feedback on the outcome of that process has been received.
In their call for industry action, UNATU has emphasized that their action is non-political, lawful and peaceful in line with their right to take industry action. UNATU has asked all teachers who are not happy with what they termed as unfairness to let your action speak louder come Monday 15th September 2025.
Industrial action over the same issue was only suspended on July 4th, 2022 to allow for negotiations. owing to the fact that government has remained silent about resolving the dispute for over 3 years. The affected teachers from both primary and post-primary schools and education institutions who were told to be patient as government works out a satisfactory solution to end the disparities have decided to lay down their tools.
All UNATU members in the affected categories from both primary and post-primary schools and education institutions have vowed not to report for duty until the government takes action. Mike Bakabalinde for UBC.
Karamojong grassroots women are raising their voices for equality, land rights and cultural preservation through the Karamoja Women Culture Group. The indigenous NGO works across the sub-region to amplify women's roles in leadership, decision-making, equitable land ownership, and family resource distribution. In Napak district, major donors including the embassies of the Netherlands, Ireland, Sweden, and Denmark visited to assess progress and hear women's challenges. Officiated by Milton Odong, the RDC Napak, at the visited highlighted partnerships driving change. Donors reaffirmed their support, noting that empowering women is vital for economic independence, cultural preservation, and lasting peace in Karamoja.
You're most welcome.
Down in the villages there,
District.
still don't know about their rights. I therefore call upon more support in the areas of legal education, the paralegal trainings, so that the women should know their rights. FIDA and Human Rights Center Uganda, a legal entity, has been doing this work. How I wish more funding could.
I want to thank the embassies, the 4 embassies of Ireland, Denmark, Sweden, and Netherlands. Thank you for the visit. We have a project called WIV, Women Empowerment, Action and Voices for the Women in Karamoja. Who are we looking at? We're looking at the local woman. We're looking at the indigenous woman. We're looking at amplifying voices of a local Karamojong woman at all aspects. That's from the village up to the national spaces, up to the international spaces. We basically in Napak we're looking at, we are into 8 sub-counties. That is Ngoleriet, Kangole Town Council, Lotome, Matan Sub-County, Matan Town Council, Lokopo, Lorengechora Sub-County, and Napak Town Council.
Range of partners and government officials. So we are extremely grateful for your hospitality.
Yes, we thank you so much for watching. And now in the world of sport, Chapa League Grand Finals have been launched at Katikati Lugogo ahead of the Grand Final Day on September the 20th at Mbarara High School.
Draws for the Chapa League that closes on 20th September have been held at Katikati Restaurant in Kampala.
This season has been a special one. We started with our theme, the road to the Klal. The road to the Klal, Klal means our home, Mbarara High School. That was the theme of this season, coupled with vibes and fitness.
Coming to Mbarara, one, it's very exciting that the finale is going to be in Mbarara. This is one of our, let me say, hotspots. Yeah, Mbarara is a big place for us as Uganda Breweries, and we believe that with this, we're going to have very good opportunities with all of you.
The Chapa League is an initiative of Mbarara High School old students that uses sport as a tool for social cohesion.
This season, it has been a unique one. After changing our league structures, we agreed to play top 8. We agreed to play top 8. The league format has been over the last 9 seasons. We have been playing, and like a league format a good example is Premier League. The one who have the most points, you take the trophy or you take the shield. This season it has been a unique one. We pray the top 8 teams will have to fight for the field. This theme road to the Clal and the grand finale, which is going to take in Mbarara, there are specific top 8 teams which are going to Mbarara to fight for the shield on the final day.
From the football quarter-final draws made, Yobo Yobo will play Bulls All-Timers. Musamatu faces Chogam FC, Dingwisayo faces Badizo, while Asifa FC entertains Sikukuru.
The league, we've had more impact on our community because we've had the CSR, where we have done many diseases, cleaning, sickle cells, cancer screening, blood donation, many diseases mentioned but few.
The Chapa League started in 2017 with this year's edition to climax with a memorable grand finale that members expect to rock Mbarara with a sports and a historic corporate social responsibility initiative.
Uganda Olympic Committee President Dr. Donald Rukare has been confirmed by the Commonwealth Sports Elections Panel as the sole nominee for president for the Commonwealth Sport. Rukare has since April this year been the acting Commonwealth Sport President following the resignation of former President Chris Jenkins. His sole nomination means that when Commonwealth Games member associations meet in Scotland this November, Rukare will officially assume the position to serve the remainder of the term till 2027. He also becomes the first African Commonwealth Sports President. The Commonwealth Sport is the international organization responsible for the direction and control of the Commonwealth Games next edition. The Commonwealth Sport is the international organization responsible for the direction and control of the Commonwealth Games, whose next edition is in 2026. The Commonwealth Sport is the 74-member body that has lasted 93 years and is headquartered in London with King Charles as its patron. That way we come to the end of News Tonight, this particular edition. Let's get to you at 10 p.m. with another arrangement. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Micheal Jordan Lukomwa with Dorothy Namuyumba and the whole team. Enjoy the evening. Let's catch you then.